Welcome to the Intercourse Show. I'm your host, Mr. B. Today we have a very exciting show for you. We're just going to talk about Super Bowl 60. What happened yesterday, man? I'm a Patriots fan, and unfortunately my team let me down. Now, when I say let me down, I'm not talking about the whole team. The defense played lights out. They were really good. That first half, the first quarter, especially, they showed that they belong, the defense specifically. But I think Drake May's youth showed its head. His decision-making was poor, in my estimation. He would hold on to the ball too long. He froze when the pressure came. He didn't make the calls, and there was plays there when he actually got a window to throw the ball. He overthrew the ball on multiple occasions, and they never established a rhythm, and it ended up resulting in a disappointing loss. I think they lost by 16 points. I think it was 29-13. So the team, although a very young team, did not get over the hump. But that being said, I did want to show some clips of the game and then kind of react accordingly. All right, without any further ado, let's jump right into it.
Ravion Henderson checks in as the back, helps protect. May has to escape, and he cannot. Run down.
Now, this is one of those plays that I'm talking about. He rolled out of the pocket. He didn't have a pass. Throw the ball out of bounds, bro. Just throw it out of bounds. Him taking the sack there meant that they lost 5, 6, 7 yards. And now, instead of going into the second down with positive yards, you're going to second down with negative yards. So instead of 1st and 10 or 2nd and 5 or 2nd and 7, it's not going to be 2nd and 17 or 2nd and 18, right? So now you give yourself more pressure. Now, the thing about Seattle is there was only rushing their front 4 guys. Now, granted, I should add that the offensive line has 2 rookies on the left side, left tackle, and I think the left guard. They're relatively new, and they're dealing with experienced rushers. But it's still a 7-4 platform. They barely rushed more than 4 guys up front.
Trying to delay here, nothing doing.
Another example. The ball's handed off. Before the guy even gets the ball, they've already breached the pocket. I don't understand. If we're running the ball, I would think we're pushing forward, i.e., there's some sort of grab with the guys. Now, Henderson's a good runner. I don't know. We couldn't really establish much of a run. 3rd down. I'm going to rewind this a little bit. It's 3rd and 15. He's in the pocket right here. There's a man right here. There's 2 guys rushing, so he's not playing him. He has an outlet pass right here, number 15. I don't know if I can show you guys that. Number 15, right there with my little arrow, is essentially open. Now, he's looking in a direction, which in my view, I think he got fixated on a target. And as the play was happening, he didn't look around to see what other options existed. It could be as a result of him being a rookie. It could just be nerves. But the moment this happens, the play breaks down. Here's the next frame. There's a guy here, a guy there, a guy here. His head is still on a swivel looking in this direction. At no point does he change direction? Hey, you already know a guy's coming. He can feel the pressure of this guy. You would think he's going to shift and look to see which direction the guy's coming, and he could have potentially dumped the ball off to 85. Lobbed it right over to 85. But those are the things that I think you have to practice. Also, situational football, when I noticed with him, there was never any sense of urgency on the part of Drake May to control the tempo of the game. When they were down by 2 or 3 scores, he's walking to the line. His body language looked like he was defeated. There was never, we got this, guys, let's go. We could do this. Let's just do one play at a time. Let's convert the next play and then the next play and build some momentum, right? I didn't see the leadership qualities that you would expect from a player in the league, right? I didn't see any leadership qualities in that moment. Now, he's young. I get it. But Tom Brady was young when he got his opportunity to shine, and he brought home a championship. So see, now in real time, the guys are closing in quickly on him. the line did not help him. So I'm not saying it's solely him, but in real time, he didn't have a lot of time to make that play happen. Now, for me, I think from a schematic standpoint, the coaches, once they saw there was so much pressure coming in, you got to have a back in the backfield that he could dump the ball to just to get the ball out of his hands because there's nerves. He's young. He's not ready for this pressure. So have a back that's just an outlet passer that if he doesn't see his read, he just dumps it to the back. The back can then do something, move, attempt to get a couple of yards.
That time, and it gets there with a sack.
Now, shout out to Seattle's front line. They were lights out. They played phenomenal.
He's been in the backfield multiple times for the first
They
half.
paused the production
30
of
on the
Sam
game.
Darnold.
We had a
He didn't
chance
play
to
lights
watch
out. He
Kenneth
made
Walker
a
in
few critical
practice.
plays when he did.
Towards
Sam
ACL.
Darnold. Look, the guy comes in, the place.
Brought down Riley Mills. Here's May against Trent Walker.
They were talking about respect inside this
I'm gonna
building.
pause the frame here. Now look. Now the game is moving lightning fast. The thing I think about Drake May is that, and this could be a schematic thing, but I think they have a great offensive coordinator who did it with Tom Brady. This is where slants and little dump off passes are critical. This guy doesn't have, you got a weakness in your front line. You don't have the time to really get at some of these people. So to me, in that moment, you got to just have outlets, dump the ball quickly. I'm talking in the first 3 or 4 seconds. They're coming, they're front four. See, there's only 4 guys. 1, 2, 3, 4. Their linebackers, this guy's spying, and then their safety is just reading the eyes of the quarterback. Again, the free safety and safety are reading the eyes of the quarterback, and they're just spying. So to me, a play like this, potentially maybe run an outlet play here, just on the outlet, you have 2 potential receivers here. Give him some short drop-off passes for him to get the ball out of his hand. Instead, he's waiting to get a full read. He doesn't have enough time to read the play. You see, again, he goes back here and sets his feet. His feet is set right here. I'm not stepping up to do anything. If I don't see anything in this moment, I'm throwing it away. That's what I'm thinking.
Building and you can feel it.
Well, see, this guy right here was potentially covered. There was nothing there. This guy was nothing there, right? Throw the ball away, bro. Throw it away. Overthrow this guy. Throw it way high out of bounds so that you're not getting the hits. Now, all the stuff I'm saying is easier said than done. In game time, I'm sure it's a whole different vibe. So I want to make sure that I preface this with saying these are professional players. Obviously, we could look at it from a high level and make, judgments on what we think they should have done. But really, it's different when you're in it and you have to do it. But to me, that's what the preparation and all that stuff is for, right? Like, this is what it's all about. Now, as a fan, I was happy to see that the team made it as far as they did, but I did have concerns since the Bills game. Since the Bills game where we was up by 23 or something like that, and the Bills came back and won, and in the whole second half, we didn't score any more than 3 points and barely got like 50 yards of production offensively, I knew we were in trouble. I knew that. Now, I was hopeful the defense hopefully, did actually get us, across the board, and we were able to score as much points as needed to win. But if you can tell, the offensive production declined the harder it got, the harder the opponent got. The production declined. The last game against Denver, without their star quarterback, we only got 10 points. There was no offense production. So to me, and it's not even just the points, but is there positive things that you're seeing from the quarterback that would imply, hey, this guy on third down is getting conversions? This guy is commanding the clock, commanding the team. He understands the urgency of the moment. Like, If I'm down, is he moving his team at a rapid pace to manage the clock? Is he good in situational football? Not just the read, not just the plays, but is he aware of the momentum of the game? And I didn't get that from him. Now he's young, so I preface that by saying that. But again, the example that I had was Tom Brady. Tom Brady came in his second year and did stuff like this and won a championship behind Drew Bledsoe. He was ready for the moment. And another thing, too, is leadership. Like, what I saw with Drake May from his posture is just like he's zoned out. Like, I don't see a guy who's like, look, fellas, we're going to go get it. I don't see him rallying his guys even when they go down. Hey, guys, keep your head in it. We're going to go get it. I don't see it. I just see a kid who's just like, okay, I got to get this done. I got to get this done. He's in his head. And sometimes your guys need the morale boost. They need you to say, hey, let's go. We can do this. I would see, and this is an example. It's tough for me to compare this guy to Tom Brady, but that's the example I had as a quarterback. When the Patriots years ago went down to Atlanta by like 20-something points, third down, like the third quarter, like middle of the third quarter, they were down 20-something points. This dude's on the sideline. Come on. He's rallying everybody up. One play at a time, let's go. And before you know it, momentum starts to shift. We go from one pass, positive yards. Next pass, okay, first down. And there's conversions on third downs. And there's some sort of flow. Now it's just like score within 2 minutes, do it, boom. Play defense. Trust the defense, score within 2 minutes, do it, boom. And before you know it, you're in the game. To me, it's not, to be a great player, it's not what you do when everybody blocks and you have all the time in the world to throw it and everybody ran their routes perfect. No, it's how you improvise when everything goes wrong, right? When a flight takes off, the course that was charted for that flight is not exactly how that flight pays out. Sometimes they misestimated the wind, so they have to tweak and maybe decline the altitude of the plane. Sometimes they got to go higher. Sometimes they got to tweak. No flight plan is exactly as it was originally planned. There's tweaks made along the way. So you have to do that real time in games. This guy didn't do that. And again, I can't fault him. He's young. I get it. This is a harsh lesson to learn. But at the same time, you either got it or you don't got it. One thing I got to give Bo Nix, he hasn't played in no Super Bowl, but Bo Nix, I was a little bit of a critic, but the kid instinctually, you know, when shit is hitting the fan, his instincts kick in, his training kicks in, and he becomes a different guy. He creates plays. When it didn't go according to the schemes and the schematics drawn up by the players, you see like, oh, this kid is carrying the team. I have to give it to Tim Tebow, right? A lot of people didn't like his style of playing those odd things, but there's some things instinctually, the dude just clicked into action. Like, I don't know how to get everything done perfectly, but I know how to be a football player, how to make things happen, how to get the guys to believe and to rally. I didn't see it.
Here is May.
To do something.
3rd and 3.
There's another thing. Pockets collapsing. Again, to me, the guy's really tightly covered. He still threw it there. Right? And the guy's falling back the way he threw the ball too. That wasn't a great throw, but you know, it was, at least he got the ball out that time. One thing I noticed that was different, he got the ball out quick. Going back to it, you can see
from the sideline, incomplete.
You can see decent protection there. But to me, I feel like he only made one read. He's only making one read. It seems like he's fixated on a read. Look at it. If the guy seems like, consider your second read. If your second read don't got nothing and your pocket's closing, get rid of the ball.
Incomplete, blanketed. 2/3 of the way through what is one of the worst performances ever by an offense in a Super Bowl. Can they change it?
Come on now. Look. Now, in this case, We can't say the guys didn't do a decent job blocking. I'm going to count from 1,000.
Performances ever by an offense in the Super Bowl. And they changed it. In trouble. 10.
So around 1,000 is when that pocket completely collapsed on him. Let's see when he actually plants his feet.
2/3 of the way through one of the worst performances ever by an offense.
The feet's planted. Look, he's looking one direction. There's a guy here. You can get 5 yards here, bro. Throw it there. The dude's looking right at you. Shift your head. Take the give-me's. That's a missile right into this guy's pads. This dude's not going to recover quick enough to intercept the ball. That's 2 yards. You at least give the guy a chance. His feet's planted. He's got one read, and you could tell the head sticks locked into on one thing.
And they changed
the read's not there. Now the pocket's closing. He panics. But when he panics, he puts his head down and goes forward. Why don't you panic and step back? Throw it out. Look.
May in trouble. Cannot sack back at the 25-yard line.
Second down. Now we're at 3rd and 5. Here we go.
Still here.
They're just rushing 4 guys. Now he's back in his throwing stand.
Third.
Now, I do have to say, before he even planted his feet, the guy's already there. So, damn. It is tough, but
5.
He stepped up. Pocket collapsed.
He's trying to step up. He lost the ball.
The ball. Turnover. Let's kill it. I am having some technical difficulties with my screen here. So I don't know if you guys are seeing. This is what panic looks like. Panicked.
Incredibly talented Seattle defense. To this
again. Now, Sam Darnold struggled in the game too because there was a lot of pressure on from New England. But he made a lot more plays than what's his name did, and he definitely got to know why he would throw that. They just scored. They're down 12 points. There's 8 minutes, plenty of time. This guy steps in. Let's go back. Here he is by the Seattle Seahawks. One thing I'm not is a hater. Sometimes you got to tip your cap at the next team and gracefully take your L and learn your lesson. Now, to my team, there's a lot of bright spot. I mean, a lot of people were not expecting the Patriots to get as far as they did. So shout out to Coach Vrabel. Shout out to Stephon Diggs. He was a good veteran leader on that team. Shout out to Drake May. I mean, for being a young guy, he still did his part to help the team along and progress throughout the year. And all the other guys, that contributed. You know what I mean? I like Henderson. I think he's a great running back. The defense, solid. I think we have a great defense. So there's a lot of positives. And hopefully we can, reconstruct something and get back there and take it over the hump. That being said, my final take, though, on a Drake May, I know a lot of people are already comparing him to Tom Brady, and we were talking things like this guy being a MVP. He wasn't the MVP this year. The Patriots did have a weaker schedule. Now, they still had to win games towards the end of the year against stronger teams, and they did that. So you got to give kudos to the coaching staff for making manna out of nothing. But defense is sound. It's a bright spot in the defense. Dude's tough. Our front line is tough. We got some guys in there. We got some linebackers. I like the defense. I think the defense is a great positive. So Vrabel's a defensive guy. I think he did a great job there. McDaniels is a great offensive coordinator. He does know how to draw it up, make it, and work with what he's got. He's done it before with Tom Brady and not a lot of brand name players. So I think coaching wise, we have what we need. Culture wise, it's a good culture there. So the team is really prized to succeed. My view is that I'm getting the vibe that the Drake May kid is good in terms of padding stats and putting things up, when everything goes well. But I haven't seen enough to say when things are not going well to say that he's carrying the team and doing the most. I think he'll, from time to time, deliver, provided that certain conditions are met, right? Sometimes you need a guy that's going to do more than that from a morale standpoint, but far more than that as the leader of the team. You got to be vocal, man. You're at the Super Bowl. Your team is down 1 score, 2 scores, and you're quiet in a corner by yourself. I don't care how old you are, bro. You got to get in people's faces. Hey, guys, we're in this game. Let's go get it. We got to get hype. We're not just going through the motions and in your head. So you made a mistake, bro. Brush it off. What are we talking about? Brush it off. We all make mistakes. The last play don't count. What are we doing next? Make your guys believe, bro. Lyman, you got this, man. Don't let that guy push you around. You got it. Get in their face. Talk to them. You know what I mean? I didn't see that spunk, and that kind of gave me a Drew Bledsoe vibe. I wasn't a big fan of Drew Bledsoe. Take nothing away from Drew Bledsoe's talent. He was at one point our star quarterback. To me, I just felt like moments got too big for him. Even though he had a gunner of an arm and he would do well during the regular seasons, the guy, when it got big, he'd get afraid to get hit. He'd crumple down. He could never be the guy that took us over the hump. And we had Bill Parcells at that time. That's a no-nonsense coach who's won before. So, you know what I mean? It was the Drew Bledsoe problem. The moment we got rid of that and Tom Brady came in, we won for 20 years, in one way or another. 6 Super Bowls. We did our thing, right? So to me, when you have a guy that the moment is too big for, that frails, that kind of goes inwards when the pressure comes, that's when you got to kind of be wary of that. Now, this is my first real look at him. This is this guy's second year. The first year wasn't that great. Second year was better. It's a better, uptake with a different coaching staff and things of that nature. But leadership is leadership, man. If you don't like to lose, you don't like to lose. You gon' hey, come on, guys. At no point did I see him pull anybody over to the side and say, come on, guys, we're in this. Go motivate your guys. You're the leader of the team, whether you want to be or not. You're the starting quarterback. You got to go, even if you're young. Hey, we can do this, guys. We can do this. We've done this. Get in people's faces. Hey, come on, man. Block for me a little second. Hold them 2 seconds longer. Okay? I'll do a better job of getting rid of the ball and not taking negative losses and things. I take a lot of responsibility. I made mistakes, but brush it off and go get it. So to me, I hope he learns from this. But if not, I'm going to put him in my Drew Bledsoe category, which means you can't really get over the hump with a guy who's not going to carry you when things get tough. And that might mean we need to, keep our options open in the QB position. So that's my take. Y'all definitely weigh in. Let me know what you think. And like and subscribe. Leave your messages in the comment box and let me know what you think, because your opinion matters too. All right. It's yours truly, Mr. B, signing off, the Intercourse Show. Have a blessed day.